of a break. But I wanted to come through with some shadow messages for air elements. As life has it, I am out here pivoting, okay? Just being breadcrumbed by the universe, okay? And let me tell you, it is not easy to mitigate that. But sometimes you just gotta let go and just figure out where it's going. See what happens. So let's get into these shadow messages for the air element collective. This is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what shadow messages come out for you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. Let's just get straight to it. So let's start with your triggers. What are the triggers for the air elements? This is for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. All right, we've got 3 coming out here. All right, I have addictive tendencies when I need to cover up emotions. That's what comes out. We have, I will start an argument when I cannot verbalize my feelings correctly. And I need to be in a relationship as I don't know how to be alone. All right, so this is that energy of, you know, feeling like you need to have somebody. It's very like detached energy. It's like wanting this longing for something, but then at the same time feeling detached from what you want. When I'm angry, my immediate response is to get even. Okay. I laugh and I do that because I have a Libra. My daughter is a Libra, and let me tell you, that couldn't be more truer. She's very very competitive. All right, so let's see, what are the messages for Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius? What are the shadow messages we have for them? So, let's see. Be decisive. All right. I feel like some of you live life to the fullest. Okay. I am off the bat getting some people-pleasing energy. I'm also getting indecision when it comes to relationship versus commitment. So there's like this energy of like not wanting to be alone, but also not wanting to lose yourself in a relationship or a commitment too. And a fear of abandonment is what I feel. So you have wake up call coming out, live life to the fullest, and then you have be decisive. So I feel like with this energy here, it's like you have to be clear about what it is that you want. And I think the wake-up call is having a loss. So there could have been a loss of some sort where now you feel like, okay, I think I'm clear on what I want, but it's scary. So you have faith at the bottom of the deck, which is letting and be true to yourself. So this is like really getting clear about what it is you want in a realistic way. Like if you want a relationship, but you want a relationship where you don't lose yourself in it, say that, aim for that, intend for that, because you can have it. But I think there's this like past narrative that has to be released in order for you to walk into that, because otherwise you're going to be in this cycle of perpetuation of what other people want for you or what they think you should have. And you're not going to be living your life to its fullest potential of what it could be according to what you truly want. So I feel like there's this energy here of like you being clear about what it is. You know you don't want to be alone, but you're afraid of commitment. And I feel like the reason why you're afraid of commitment is not so much because, I mean, it could be that you might lose your freedom. You might feel that way. But I think more the wake-up call is like, you might be alone, right? You have no one to share your life with. Or maybe you had that feeling of having that togetherness, that fullness, and it's not there anymore. And so now you have to make a decision on if your faith is going to be bigger than your fear. You know, are you going to have a fearless love, or are you going to be fearful in your moves so that you have these surface level connections? And I think this is where you have to be decisive on what that looks like for you. Also, there's a big fear of abandonment being taken away. It's not even so much, I feel like it could have been initially that you were afraid that you weren't going to like have independence in your relationship, but I feel now it's more like once I have it, it may be taken away from me. And so there's that dance of like, you know, not, it's like abandonment issues, but it's a dance of like, can I feel the fear and just do what I feel anyway? So That's what I am feeling. But let's just see, right? Let's just see what we got going on. All right, sorry about that. My camera froze, literally, like it was going and then it just froze. All right, so whatever. And then as soon as I went to fix it, this card just popped out, which says feelings, exclaim them, not explain them. And I feel like this is an emotional thing where you're almost suppressing your emotions. It's like you're not feeling the feels, basically. Like all this stuff just literally fell down when I was trying to fix everything. So crazy. So, all right, let's get into the spread. Let's see what's going on from the shadow perspective. What does your shadow want you to know? I'm going to get all of the cards and then I'm going to assess the energy. But yeah, I'm definitely just feeling like there's an energy of, oh, look at this. Okay. All right. The Magician is the first card that came out, so let's get into it. Okay. Influences. What are the obstacles? Whoa, whoa. All right. With the explosive energy. All right. External influences. Suggested action and outcome energy. All right. So love is on the mind. Okay, with the Knight of Swords and Three of Wands. So you're waiting for something different to happen, but you're indecisive about how it's going to happen. So what I have coming out is the Magician. This is like the past. So this could be that with the Magician being in the past, it could have been that you have manifested something that you loved. Or you have also seen things come to fruition that you didn't like. So, for example, if you was like, oh, today's going to be a bad day. I know it's going to be a bad day. And then guess what? It was a bad day. You attracted it, you manifested it, and you saw the repercussions of it. Then, contrary, it could have been like, I really want this and I hope one day I get this. And you probably wished and hoped for something that did not exist. So it's like almost like imagining like a love, right? Like I want a love that's so great, that's so amazing. They pour into me, they love me. This thing that you made up something that you felt in this lifetime never existed. And then it came to you. So in the past, you have realized that you were able to manifest the things that you want, but it brings a level of scared, like, I don't want to say scarcity because I want to say scarcity, but it brings a level of fear. And there may be some scarcity there, but I feel like deep down inside, you know you can have what you want, but it's almost like you're scared of your own power in that because you haven't necessarily healed parts of you that will allow things to unfold without you needing to control it. It's like your fear right now is really big. And it's not just fear of like love or fear of connection, but it's fear of like, this shit could actually work, or this might actually be it. And then what? Then it gets taken away from me. You know, then you catastrophize. So it's like you think of something great, but then you attach the worst case scenario to it. And then you're like, I don't want it. That's what I feel right now. So because of that, because that's your past, you have the Pentacles Two of Pentacles coming out. And this is all about trying to decide, right? And you did have be decisive. So it's like trying to decide what you want, how you want it. Do I move this way, or do I just let it go? Or how do I move in a way where I can get out of this pattern? It's like trying to get unstuck. Because you're aware of what you're doing. Like, this is not like, I don't know why. You're aware. And now you're in a space of like, how do I get out of this? And so the hidden influences, right? The hidden influences is Ace of Cups, love. So you may have experienced, again, like a love that was just like amazing, but you were like, it's going to get taken away, so I might as well leave. You know, it's one of those energies, maybe because it was perpetuated from you seeing something catastrophized in the past. So it's something that you could have in it. I'm not saying you caused something to happen, but it's just because sometimes you project and put this energy of like something negative happening, and then something negative does happen. So it's almost like, well, in this space, I don't know if, you know, if love is for me. I don't know if but you want it. You know, it's like you want it, but you're scared of it at the same time. Because you don't know, part of you too doesn't feel like you deserve it. There's a deserving, like, unworthiness thing here. So the obstacles, a Seven of Cups, you're confused. You don't know. You don't know it's like, which way do I freaking go? This Seven of Cups can be confusion. It could be living in a fantasy world too. It could be sometimes you living so in your head and envisioning this beautiful thing, but not grounding it. Because you have cups, you have some pentacles here. But this is like wishing and hoping and praying, but not like, all right, this is what we're going to do. There's no action. It's very limited. There's no wands here. There's no, like, it's just, I want this. I wish for this, but we need tangible steps to get there, right? That's what I'm seeing. And that's what's lacking. And it's lacking because you're not decisive on if you're willing to take the leap or not. That's why. So, yeah. And the external influences of why you're feeling this way is, again, because of relationships in the past. That it couldn't be like your actual relationships. It could be parental relationships that you've seen in the past. You know, if you witnessed divorce or you witnessed separation, or then you went on to then live a life where you have divorce and separation in your relationships. It's like you're perpetuating it because in your mind, it's like subconsciously, it's like, this ain't gonna work anyway. Or you don't feel worthy enough for it to work. So that's kind of what's coming through. The suggested action is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is like really getting clear in your solitude about what it is that you want. Because what I feel like is that you've focused so much on busying yourself and not dealing. Because there's a difference between like being busy but dealing. You've actually busied yourself and avoided making a decision by being busy in work. So with this Nine of Pentacles here, it's like, yeah, you have your independence, but use your independence to heal, to figure out what it is that you want, because doing that in this energy is going to give you the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about, it's not just about money, it's about your family life, it's about your connectedness, it's about your relationships, it's about the alignment in them. So this is really about you getting clear about what you want, being decisive. Are you going to take the leap, or are you going to repeat a cycle? Are you going to be avoidant in making a decision and getting lost in work that you don't choose, and stay in this cycle? Because you literally can have what you want. You just have to heal parts of you that feel like you're not worth getting what you want, right? And I think with the addictive tendencies, it's funny because the addictive tendencies is the avoidance. You're addicted to not making a decision. So in order to get out of it, you have to make a decision. And to do that, you have to figure out if your fear is going to be bigger than your faith, or if your faith is going to be bigger than your fear. All right, let's just clarify this real quick. Because that's the message that's coming through. Clarify the Magician, please. This is going to keep returning. This idea, this energy of like past repeats. And this is from the past. It's like, if you don't learn the lesson, guess what? You will be repeating a cycle. Give me more. I like that. Yep. Yeah. This is the Four of Swords for this as well. This is also clarifying the Magician. So this is like really getting clear, getting an understanding of what it is that you want. Taking time for yourself to actually think through it and think about think about the root of why this is what it is. Because it's always going to repeat itself. It's going to return until you actually handle it and deal with it and acknowledge. That's the thing. You have to acknowledge where you are. What is the Two of Pentacles? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is what's blocking you. The Devil energy is really about blockages. It's not an evil card with the High Priestess. You know what you need to do. You've got a lot of major arcanas here. So it's like, you know what you need to do. This is a turning point for you with that wake-up call. Do you want to be alone or no? Are you willing to face the fear and be in fulfillment? Because you have to take that leap. Like, people have loved and lost. I think the saying is like, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all, or something like that. So it's almost like, take that leap and just live in the moment. You can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. You can't control what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. So you don't even know, but you're diluting your power right now, worrying about something that doesn't even exist. So it's almost like, just take the dang leap, for Christ's sakes, because this is what you want. Sorry. This is the energy. This is how I'm feeling. I don't know. I don't even say that, but I'm just like, that's what's coming through. And you may feel bonded to somebody. You have the Devil card and the Two of Cups here. You could feel like you are bonded to someone, like someone is destined to be with you, but you're also afraid to take a leap to be with that person because maybe you feel, again, not worthy. There's this energy of like not feeling worth it, not wanting to deal with the problems, not feeling worth the happiness, not feeling worth, like, it's almost like if you busy yourself and work with money and value of money, it almost like you're using it as a substitute for love, but you still feel unfulfilled in the process because you're not addressing the fear. Because you can have all the money and still not be happy. Give me one more for the Devil, please. With the with the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, get decisive on if you're going to, you know, sorry, I'm getting a call. So weird. No one calls, and now that I'm doing a video, they want to call. So get decisive, because you have the Hierophant, which is all about commitment. This is a commitment thing. And being committed to yourself, because you have to be committed to you in order for you to be committed to someone else. You have to love you before you can love with someone else. Before you can offer somebody a cup. Like, if you look, these people are exchanging. They're exchanging. So whatever you have in your cup is what you're going to exchange with your partner. So if you have doubts, unworthiness, fear, this is what you feed to the person that you're trying to commit to. So you have to get clear about why the past is returning. What didn't you deal with in order for you to move past it? Especially with this. So get clear. With this Seven of Cups, don't live in La La Land forever, right? Get clear about what it is with this Knight of Cups. Why can't you offer a certain love? Why can't you receive love the way you should, right? Clarify the Seven of Cups, please. The Chariot. Okay, so the obstacles, make a decision on what direction you want to move in. Do you see these two? They're like, the Chariot is movement, but there's a choice on where you're going to move. And you're getting like a lot of choice things. You've got Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, you've got Seven of Cups, you've got the Chariot, which is also about movement. How are you moving? Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Make a plan. Page of Swords. Don't just sit stuck looking and wishing and hoping without making a tangible action. All right, what's the Ace of Cups about? Let's see. Three of Wands with the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles again. So this is like, this is all the hidden influences. You're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, do it already. You know, take the leap already. What's the worst that can happen? Things don't work out. And if they don't work out, what's the best that can happen? You learned a lesson. You had the experience. You can take the lesson and apply it to a new experience. It's like, shift your mindset on what can happen. What's the best thing that can happen? Clarify the Two of Cups. Four of Pentacles. So yeah, you've held back in a lot of your relationships because you're fearful. It's like you've had surface level relationships because you've been in your head about what if, what if, what if. They're very surface level, and because you feel very deeply. And I think that's the thing. It's like you're afraid to feel so deeply, because if you lose it, whatever that love is, that connection, it's going to, you feel like it'll damage you because of the depth of how much you love. Okay, now we're getting some wands here. Let's see. The Two of Pentacles and the Justice. And the Justice is, it's an air element, it's Libra energy, but like it's, you got the Two of Pentacles twice. Be clear about what it is that you want, right? You can transform your mindset. You don't have to base everything off of a past. You don't have to hold on to a past narrative that doesn't fit what you want. So get clear about it. Make a decision that is realistic to you, and to what you want, because with the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, you will get it. It will be promising. It doesn't have to be with the King of Cups. You feel deeply, and that's what it comes down to, is because you have a depth to your emotions of what you feel, it affects how you make decisions. But you spend so much time in this decision-making process of analysis paralysis. It's like you scare yourself out of taking this step. You can think of the most amazing thing possible, and then you live there, because the fact and the act of actually bringing it to reality, that's when your fear kicks in. It's a cycle. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. With the Tower. Okay, yeah. So this Nine of Pentacles is like you're independent, and you're in that independence, but there's this sudden like awakening, that wake-up call, where it's like, I don't want to be alone. You know, it's like so the action is, in your alone time, in that solitude, figure out what it is that you want, what it is that, look with the Ace of Cups, what do you want in love? Why do you have a fear of love? Why do you feel like you can't have your independence in love? You know, these are the questions that you need to assess. You need to think about, like, what is it about that? What is it about the loss? Give me more for the Tower. Emperor energy. Yes. Why are you rigid? Why are you closed off to feel the emotion? What's preventing you? What hurt, right, is preventing you? Because you're in your head with the five of Swords, and then you've got the Nine of Swords. But once you get through it, look, you have the Nine of Cups right after. You have the fulfillment. It's the healing aspect of it that you need to do. It's like, don't go off like in solitude and then get lost in la la land with a fantasy thing going on. Get lost in solitude to heal, to figure out the root of why these things, why you feel what you feel. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Why you don't feel worthy. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Why you prioritize work over love when that's really what you want, what you crave. Yeah, so doing this work will bring a transformation with the Death card, and it'll allow you to have the wisdom and the foresight of past experiences into new experiences, so that you can have that Ten of Pentacles. Let's just get some shadow themes, because I was feeling some of worthiness, fear, of course, prominently. But let's see what's coming up. What are some shadow work themes, or shadow themes? Shadow attributes. Insecurity. Please understand your worth, your value, your purpose here on earth. There is no need to feel small or compare yourself to others. So, yes. Resisting change. Ask yourself why you are not wanting change, and look at the positive side to change, what I said earlier. Let's see. One more. Okay, they gave me 2 more. Codependence. This is a relationship addiction. You're relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. Yes. So that's demanding and manipulative. So for demanding, it's like when displayed, you are most likely making the other person feel inferior. Check your anxiety and depression. So it could be that, because with the demanding aspect here, I really feel like it's demanding in a sense of like you not wanting to ground things into reality. It's like being demanding in that this is what you want, but you're not willing to address the elephant in the room, the healing aspect. And then manipulative, you have is let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self-esteem? So there's a lot of like self-worth value here, because the manipulation doesn't end in addictions. Think about the emotions you're trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions. Process, heal, and release them. And that has been like the running theme of this reading, is that basically you have to think about what your addictions are. Your addictions are avoidance and staying stuck in your mind, being obsessed with this idea, but not being brave enough or fearless enough to face them. And I think that is kind of it. And the manipulation actually comes from like, it may not be wanting to control a person, but rather controlling the situation. You know, why doesn't someone allow me to be avoidant? You know, why, you know, and then hiding it under a guise of like solitude or free-spiritedness. You know what I mean? It's like people are free-spirited and they can be in a connection, you know, so that's an excuse. So it's just getting clear about it. Let's see if there are any final messages before we close this out. Okay. It's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. And maybe that's what it is, like getting clear. Like maybe the social construct for you is like focus on work, don't deal with love, or anyone who deals with love always has to deal with XYZ. And maybe this is like your time to be like, my heart says I want this. All the right things will come to you in the most unexpected ways. So when you start doing that healing work and start making decisions, you'll actually be able to manifest with this Magician card here. You'll be able to manifest what it is that you want with a different mindset behind it. Follow your heart. Following your heart will lead you to the right things. Again, and then learn how to honor and treat your body well. So this is about really, what does your heart want? And why, and not letting your mind clutter what your heart says that it needs. So I hope this helps. Those are the shadow messages that I have for the air elements, and I will see y'all in the next one.